Hello, everyone, and happy full moon. Apologize in advance for the lighting. I am staying in a beautiful space, getting some time away in the desert, just really working and leaning into all the energies of December, starting with this full moon in Gemini. If you're new to my channel, I just want to welcome you. I'm Misty Magdalena Grace. I offer up runes readings almost every week, and specifically new moon and full moon and big events like portals and things of that nature. So just want to let you know really quickly because of my 5-day challenge next week. I have a take a break challenge for women, take a break for self love, self care, really letting go of addictions, going inward. This is the best time of year to do this. A lot of times people go, 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 do, and then they're overwhelmed. And oftentimes sad happens, seasonal affective disorder, because we don't slow down. Our ancestors slow down. It is that season of the darkest, longest nights is coming up on the solstice and the shortest day. And so it's just a great time to just listen to our bodies and go inward. So if you want to join that challenge, it's 22 bucks. You can sign up through Monday, December 8th, and there's going to be morning meditations Monday through Friday at 6:30 a.m. for 30 minutes, and then 2 evening classes at 6:30 Pacific time. All the information you can find at magdalenagrace.com. Again, $22 American. You can be anywhere in the world. PayPal, Venmo. I can even create for you an invoice. If you have questions about it, email me at info@magdalenagrace.com. And if you see value in this today, hit the like button, subscribe and share. Notification bell if you want to receive next week. I'm going to, partially because of the challenge, but also the energies, I'm not going to do a reading on the beginning of the week, just like I did in this week. I want to focus on the 1212 portal reading next week. It's going to be massive. And then we have the Three Eye Atlas coming in on the 19th and the new moon. So I'm shifting my readings. Normally I do them on Mondays, but I just want to make sure you're aware the next 2 weeks I will not be doing them on Mondays. So if you're new to the runes, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of training, but they're ancient symbols and technologies from my ancestors predating tarot that help with waking you up, stirring something inside of you, waking up your third eye, your intuitive, into me, I see. You have all the answers inside of you. We just forget about that. And today I want to focus on this full moon. So I'm going to do a little bit of astrology, and then we're going to dive in, and then I'm going to do some toning today. I haven't done that for a while, so I want to channel some tones for you so that you can receive some healing as you meditate on what it is that you want to release. So go ahead, light a candle. You already saw I cleansed and cleared my space with sage. I am a witch, so I really am all about ritual. I almost said ritual. So get grounded, get centered. Do not be driving. If you are driving, I would say listen to this later, or listen to it and then do the ritual later when you're able to be grounded and rooted and have your journal handy. You want to write down what it is that you're letting go of. The full moon is in Gemini, and it is tonight, roughly, I believe, 5:30 Pacific time. So you want to do this ritual today, the December 4th or December 5th, to really maximize the cleansing. Some people will even say up to 72 hours after. So if you get this between now and the 7th, you could do this also as late as December 6th or 7th. So this is the new moon in Gemini, and you want to think back to your new moon in Gemini at the end of May, beginning of June. I remember this very clearly because there was a lot going on in my life and in my own healing. And unfortunately, that new moon in Gemini, there were some really intense events. One of my friends committed suicide, and there was actually the same day that he killed himself, there was a pilot who was suicidal that took a plane down. I forget where. 200 people died and only one person lived. I believe it was a co-pilot. So that's the energy. When you think of Gemini being ruled by Mercury, you can have, like, if you've ever had racing thoughts and mind chatter, part of that is stress, part of that is trauma, part of that is a dysregulated central nervous system. So just remember that. But the other part is it's because of Gemini is air and Mercury is communication. So speaking, you may be challenged in your speaking right now, or maybe you have so much to share. This is a good time to journal. This is a good time to write. I'm actually starting to write my book this month about ancestral trauma and everything I've learned. So really a great time to get clear on how you want to communicate your thoughts and needs. And when we're in the full moon, so thinking back to the last 6 months, what's happened since then around Gemini? Thoughts, curiosities, communication, writing, blogging. I started a Substack online channel I will say this, I was going to create a new YouTube channel, but it just keeps getting delayed. And I'm just flowing with it, rather flowing with the downloads I'm getting. I'm getting so many shifts and so many downloads. It feels like every day I'm a new person. I don't know if you feel like that, but just think about your communication over the last 6 months. I know mine has shifted dramatically. I've spoken my truth more. I've listened to my body more and allowed the air element to move through me and blow away that which no longer serves. And I've ended a lot of relationships as a result of it. My divorce was final. So think about, what is it that you're letting go of that could be an outdated thought pattern, an outdated communication style. You could also look at, is there any escapism? Gemini is air. Gemini is the alter ego. Gemini is, Jekyll and Hyde. Full disclosure, one of the reasons I'm doing this challenge next week for women is because I need it. I have been having so much energy flowing through me that sometimes I still lean into alcohol as a coping mechanism, as an escape. There's a lot of people who escape through plant medicines, a lot of people who get addicted to healing and escape through healing, but they're not really grounded. Gemini is the air. Thankfully, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which also rules Virgo. So there is, I won't get into it, but 3 Atlas and the energies of that is in Virgo. So there is a lot of opportunity to be grounded. But if you're too busy and you're way up in your head and you're go, 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 do, 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 you're going to miss the mark this month. So I would also let go, if these are just some suggestions before we do the runes reading, I would also let go of busyness. I would also let go of over communication, oversharing, sometimes at the holiday parties, or you drink through the holiday parties. I totally, being a double Virgo, have had this as an issue, also as part of my trauma recovery and all of the things. Maybe there's an over communication that you want to let go of. Once you slow down and you let go of these things, you can have some really big Gemini downloads, ahas, clarity. This is also why I'm working less this month, getting ready for the new year, because I want to write my book. And when we write, we journal, again, communication, Mercury, it can bring about curiosity, aha moments. I call them BFOs, blinding flash of the opposite. So as you let go of anything that's disillusioning you or delusion that may be in your life, people in your life, toxic habits, again, join my 5-day challenge next week, ladies, if this resonates for you, and really embrace the ability to have that clarity of mind, Gemini. Okay, so start to think about what it is that you want to let go of, and I'm going to call in Woden and Freya, my wise and healed answers. Let's see what the runes get to say today about this full moon in Gemini's energy. This is a collective reading. Just remember, if you want a private reading, your own, you can go to magdalenagrace.com and sign up there. So I'm going to pull 3 cards. Then I will show you one rune at a time. Ooh, interesting. Whoa. All right. So I'm going to invite you, before I show you the runes and help you awaken your intuition, to drop in your heart. So let's first close your eyes. We're going to do 2 cleansing breaths. I'm going to count to 5 on the inhale, 5 on the exhale. So feet firmly planted on the floor, and closing your eyes. Get really seated nice and tall. Go ahead. Inhale through the nose. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. Go ahead. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I'm going to show you the runes first. I'll tell you then after I show you what it means to me and this reading today for the collective. Hopefully you can see this. There we go. Again, look at it. See if anything stirs with you in thought, feeling, memory, or emotion. So this is Fei Hu. Fei Hu. Fei Hu is all about wealth and prosperity. So, and this was leaning into the energies since the new moon in Gemini, which was again at the end of May, beginning of June. So since then, really lean into and check in with yourself. How did you communicate with money? I just did a podcast on this yesterday with my friend Julie Faust. Go and watch that podcast. And it's all about energy. Money and wealth is how you treat money and wealth. How do you speak to it, Gemini? How do you write out your goals around money? So this is just really looking back at the last 6 months energy and for whatever this means in your life. Did you start a budget? Did you start speaking to money? Did you start speaking affirmations? Money flows freely to me. What happened for you in the last 6 months regarding, think of Gemini energy. What newness did you start in relationship to communicating about, with, or for money? I know I did my retreat. For the first time, I actually had a conversation with money with my clients at the retreat. So that was something that was new. I'm focusing more on speaking to money myself and just getting more clarity on the magnetism of the clients and the ideal clients and focusing on my mission. And then guess what? The money will start to flow. So it's really encouraging you maybe on this full moon to let go of any toxic relationship with money. Maybe you speak negatively about money, or maybe you think unconsciously negatively about money. Then going on to rune number 2, again, take a look and see what comes through. So this is Kanaz. So this is specific to the full moon today in Gemini, really focusing on enlightenment. So as you journal, and since we talked about this on my podcast yesterday about money, money's the economy, there's a lot of challenges. What solutions can you come up with in your finances, in your wealth, in your prosperity? I shared on the podcast yesterday, I was really stuck in my head about money looking a certain way and getting another property. And then boom, I surrendered and stopped overthinking, overanalyzing it, and thinking it had to look this rigid way. And boom, enlightenment came through. So that's what this energy is today. Where can you think differently around money? Where can you, leveraging Gemini, communicate better, going inward? Kanaz is fire, also illumination. Having a fire ritual with your full moon ceremony tonight or whenever will be really, really encouraged, and burn away that which no longer serves you. Scarcity, lack, thoughts, lower vibrational energies when it comes to money, judgments about how much money you think you should have and you don't have, right? Where is that coming from? Oftentimes, fire ancestors, I do a lot with ancestral trauma. I can guarantee you we're all healing abandonment wounds around money, but abandonment at the root chakra level. So maybe do some root chakra work. If you need help with that, please let me know. I offer up free consultations for one-time free consultations or paid consultations to help you get into your heart and out of your head, Gemini, so that you can communicate with your heart and your lower three chakras specifically about money and let the abandonment wound go. And so illuminating and working on gaining insight and knowledge is this is so Gemini energy. But how are you going to illuminate that? Is it through meditation? Is it through a fire ceremony ritual? Is it through a plant medicine ceremony? Is it through yoga or some kind of guided visualization? Let me know if there's any thoughts. Please feel free to comment. Also, if you have any questions during this time. And this is the third and final rune. This is very interesting, very, very interesting. Take a look at it and see what comes through. Now, this is Ansu's. This is Woden's rune. Woden being Mercury, Woden being the psychopomp. This is, again, Mercury rules Gemini. So this is the next 6 months / next 30 days till the next full moon. Take your pick, whatever timing works best for you. So this is clouded judgment. When it's upright, it's great communication, great speaking, great writing. I don't often pull reverse runes, so this is very, very telling. This is actually saying don't make any big decisions because your judgment may be cloudy, especially since we started with money. We started with Fehu. Be really, really careful with your spending. Be really, really careful. This is actually also another reminder to focus on writing a budget. I've been teaching my clients the 70-10-10-10 philosophy, saving 70%, or not saving, living on 70%, saving 10%, investing 10%, and then giving 10%. And those percentages can be different depending on your financial situation. So don't sweat it, but really leaning into slowing down your spending because you may be overspending. You may have clouded judgment about spending. So it's also I'm also getting that if you're looking for a financial coach or hiring someone right now, be very, very careful. Get testimonials. Do thorough research. I always tell people that I give multiple consultations and interviews before someone hires me for my one-on-one mentorship now, because I want to make sure there's no buyer's remorse. I want to make sure that they're in it to win it and that they're really committed. So that's where you want to be mindful and also be careful of the advice that you're given. This is where if you go inward and practice a lot more of your own enlightenment and internal fire and clarity, getting your own insights, the ahas, the Gemini full moon, right? Ahas, clarity. What do you got to let go in order to do that? Sometimes you got to let go of mentors, coaches, people who have given you bad advice. That may be something to consider letting go. Let me grab, I also have a bonus card. We're going to pull from the Goddess Oracle deck today. Then we'll do a short meditation with my toning for the ritual. And we will be complete. Let's see who shows up. And this is a clarifying card. With the clarifying card, I'll do a final summary of the reading. Who wants to speak to us today? Supporting this reading for the full moon. Oh, wow. Interesting. Beautiful. Okay. So this is a great card. This is Selene. It says, I let the light of illumination fill me with love. He's looking at the moon. I let the light of illumination fill me with love. Let's see what they have to say. She's the Greek goddess of the moon. Love, illumination, imagination, connection. Serene and beautiful, Selene had many lovers over many lifetimes. But she shared a special kind of love with Endymion, who sleeps forever youthful, motionless, and lost in a dream, which sounds like winter, doesn't it? Not content to simply watch and wait for her love to stir, Selene shifts her form over the days of each month to reach him and encase him in the luminescence of her love. This goes on, a never-ending love story. So Selene, the Greek goddess of the moon, represents reflection and inner wisdom. This ritual aims to connect deeply with your inner self, finding clarity and love. So we talked about Gemini brings clarity. Whatever it is you're going to let go of will help you bring clarity. So hopefully, you think about it. We talked about Ansu's being reversed, clouded judgment. You really want to slow down right now and go inward with love and compassion, imagination, connecting with yourself and others. That's also why I have that 5-day challenge for women next week. Really make part of this ritual she's suggesting is spend a few moments gazing at the moon tonight. Spend a few moments gazing at the moon tonight. Make a wish by whispering a hope or dream that you want to nurture. Make a wish to the moon tonight or whenever tomorrow night, whenever you do this ritual, for a dream that you want to nurture. This is winter season. This is a great time to hibernate, introspect, and go inward to reconnect with your imagination, reconnect with your dreams. Yesterday on the podcast, we also talked about how to close out the year with the divine feminine, the moon energy, right? Movement, magic, and flow. Okay, so in summary, what I'm getting from all of this, again, going back to being careful with your spending over the next 30 days to 6 months, really slowing down and going inward to get that clarity of the Gemini full moon, and just think twice before you buy something, think twice before you spend on anything. And especially if you're hiring someone to give you advice, especially if it's taxes or financial advice, be very, very cautious and get those testimonials and really tap into the energy of the moon. So with this reading now, I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to tone for just a few minutes, like 3 minutes at most, and we'll be done. So I want you to really sit with this reading, sit with came through. After you're done, you're going to write in your journal what it is that you're letting go, and you can create your own fire ritual. I'll recommend that as well. So close your eyes, take a nice deep inhale, and see if anything comes through as I tone for you. Okay, inhale deep. And exhale. Sit back and enjoy and receive this transmission. Go ahead now and take a nice deep inhale, and inhale deep. And exhale. Opening your eyes. And now I'm going to close with just the reminders to journal what it is that you're letting go on this full moon so that you can bring in clarity, whether it's a person, place, addictive behavior, communication style that's not working for you anymore. You want to study nonviolent communication. Maybe you want to speak your truth more. Going inward, of course, with K-Naz to reflect on what that best clarity can be. And then write out what you're letting go of. And then I would burn it. And whether you have a fireplace or a burning bowl, burn that piece of paper and meditate. Embody and vision your truth. This is the last full moon of 2025, the year of the snake. So let it be a juicy one. Shed that which no longer serves you. And again, if you have questions, please go to magdalenagrace.com. Email me, info@magdalenagrace.com. If you'd like a private reading, feel free to sign up there. Again, please hit the share button. Sharing is caring. If you know someone struggling, especially with internal wisdom, meditation, send this to them. Until next time, everyone, I'll be back for the 12/12 portal. Here's to your best health, your best wealth, by trusting your best wisdom within. Bye for now.
Subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Hire Magdalena for a runes reading or healing session by emailing support@microdosingforhealth.com.